Salutations, friends and strangers of the interwebs. Welcome back to the channel. I am said Stevie. Today, I am going to be talking about this bad mamma jamba right here. The Maxace Babylon Button Lock. Uh, Before I get going, I guess beverage check. Still drinking the San Pellegrino. This is the tangerine and wild strawberry. I had one earlier today already. It's not bad, but needed to wet the whistle. Anyway, the Max Ace Babylon. As you can see, this is a button lock. So this is a knife that's been out for a while, and I think it's sold out most places. I think maybe you can get one on eBay. I might have seen one on eBay, but I checked a bunch of the sites, all the regulars, and I didn't see it for sale. So I don't know if they're going to be doing another run of these or if this was a one and done. But this is made by Max Ace Knives. I don't have a lot of experience with Max Ace other than the Sandstorm Integral, but I remember watching a couple of videos. I don't know, it's probably been 5 or 6 months. Ironically, the one that is most fresh in my mind on the Babylon is Brandon Thrasher's. And this is actually Brandon Thrasher's old knife. This came in the box of badass knives from Satu Dave that he sent for me to check out. And it's got, I'll talk about it in a minute, but it's got the one thing that Brandon had to say negatively about it. Satu Dave is fixed, and so I'm not experiencing it all that much. But this is it's a pretty full size knife. You can see there, I get a full 4 on the grip. There's really no choke up spot. I guess you could, but the heel of the knife is really going to dig into you there, so you're kind of stuck with this grip. But it is very comfortable in hand. You get the way the handle is contoured, you get a little bit of a thumb ramp there, so you feel like you're locked in for sure. I believe this blade is coming in right around like just over 3.5 inch, like 3.62 or something. Yeah, it's a nice, it's a nice length on the blade. I was gonna say, you get kind of this reverse Tanto sheep's footy type uh, blade. I don't know what they're calling that, but again, I think aesthetics wise, it's not too bad. It's full titanium handles. I don't know that you get titanium hardware or not. I know the pocket clip is titanium, which we'll talk about more in a second. I believe that this is all T8 hardware on here. Again, satin blade. Is this a hollow grind or is this a flat grind? Will someone please, for the love of God, explain to me the difference? Because I don't have the time to look it up myself. But the only badging on the knife, you can see Babylon. M390 on the blade steel, and then 2021. And then on the other side, you just see Max Ace there. So, again, button lock. Action on the button lock is great. You do have these thumb studs that also kind of act as the blade stop from keeping it, going all the way in. There is a stop pin though, so I don't know if those are is. I mean, it rests on the frame of the handles or the frame when it's completely closed. So, yeah. Overall, I like this knife. Um, I think that the the action on it and the flipping and the clicks and the clacks and the ease of the button drop, it's great. Again, listen to the acoustics of this knife. So if you're gonna fidget with it, it's a great fidgeter. if you fidget with other people in your house, it's going to annoy the shit out of them. So this might be something you want to just solo fidget with, but yeah, this is something, it's loud, it's clicky, and it's clacky, which I like, but Stacy, the missus, and Zoe, my daughter, they don't like that at all. This is an annoying knife to them. But I don't have too much to say about this knife. I've carried it a handful of times. Um, so this isn't my knife to really tinker with, but this knife is screaming for some Loctite with as much as I have fidgeted with it. The pivot walks on it considerably, and the blade gets loose on it big time. Doesn't affect the action though, and it doesn't even affect the centering. I've noticed, but the blade does come loose. So I definitely think that if this is going to be a long-term knife for someone, they should probably Loctite it or get one of those. I think I haven't tried it yet, but OCD for ECD has the little um, O-rings that you can put in there. I'm sure any O-ring would work that you could take out the pivot and put that on. I want to try that. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with Loctite though either. You just gotta let it cure right. But I think I mentioned it is T8 on the hardware. It does have a nice aesthetic to the pivot. It makes me think that that's captured. I mean, again, I've tightened this up and I haven't had to worry about the backside backing off at all. So, I gotta assume that that's captured or a D-shaped pivot. You can basically snug that uh, pivot all the way down, and you get, again, look at the action on that. It's completely drop shut. So if that's something that you're into, uh, this would be a good knife for you. The thumb studs work, or the studs, whether you're using them for your thumb or your middle finger, work just fine. So I can thumb flick that, no problem. I can middle finger flick that, no problem. From the cutout in the blade, it's a little bit weaker. You can do it, but it's snappy with the studs. You can slow roll it. I can't thumb flick it from the hole, but you can definitely slow roll it. And then, of course, you can just open it up. This definitely, I think that this is a good knife. One of the things, let's talk about one of the things that this knife has had done to it. So, I mentioned Brandon Thrasher. His big complaint was the pocketability of this, that the pocket clip just fucking sucked, I think is what I remember him saying. Satu Dave got a hold of this thing, and I think one of Brandon's big complaints, and I haven't been able to see any pictures of this, but there was a big divot underneath. So it's got the ceramic ball in the pocket clip, and it had a hole, like a big divot underneath the pocket clip. I don't know if you can see that there, but Sawtooth Dave actually put like a filler tab in there. So it took that part of it away. And then I don't know how good this is going to show up on camera, but he ground down the bottom side of the ball to kind of give it a little bit of a ramp. So, pocketability on this to me isn't all that bad. I've carried this, I don't know, at least a dozen times or so over the last couple weeks, and now of course I'm struggling with it. This is a Steel Capital back pocket Hank roll. It felt a little tight coming in and out of there on this, but again, putting it in and out of my own pocket, it's not a problem. It isn't real deep carry. It's you get a little bit hanging out, but I think it carries just fine. But again, looking at Brandon's video, he said that was the one thing that kept him from carrying this. So I would imagine If you get one of these, you probably don't have the resources to craft your own titanium filler tab like Satu Dave was able to do. I don't know, maybe you do. Or maybe that's just something you could fill in yourself. I don't know how you would do that. But that would definitely be an absolute deal killer for me on this if I had to get this from the stock, in the stock configuration. Um, if it's not, I don't want this as just a fidget knife. This would be something I would want to carry, and if I can't carry it, it has no use to me. I mean, there's some knives that I have as a collection piece only that I'm not going to carry. This wouldn't be one of them. I think this retails for like 250, somewhere like that, and I think it's a good value for sure. You get titanium M390 button lock. Again, good knife, but that pocket clip would be the killer for me. As is with this, I think it's a good knife. Would I buy this knife? No. I think it's a good knife. I don't. I can recommend it. It's not for me though. I think the ergos are there. Again, I think the blade shape is good. Action's good. For something about this, I was trying to make myself like this. And I just again, it's fun to fidget with, but I don't know. There's just something about it that just doesn't do it for me. Now, maybe that's because as I was carrying this, I also started carrying the Hoback Sumo, which is not completely similar. I mean, it's a smaller knife, but as far as button locks go, I would choose this over that. Big price difference. I don't have it on me, but I would even pick my Mordax, my ProTech Ferrum Forge Mordax button lock over this guy here. Yes, those are aluminum handles, and but you're getting 20 CV button lock, deep carry pocket clip on those, and I believe that they're still readily available. And ProTech is coming out with a MagnaCut version of that later this year. So if you're looking for a more higher end button lock, you might want to consider one of those. But again, this is if you already have one of these and you're just finding this video and it works for you, it works for you. Again, I'm not knocking it as a tool. I think it's very functional as a tool. There's just something about this knife that I don't know. I don't hate it. It's just not something that I would purchase. I'm very thankful for Dave for letting me check this out for sure. But it's just not. I don't know, and it's also not that far off of a blade shape from the Sumo. So I don't know what it is about it. Is it the vibes? I don't know. It's got weird knife vibes, bro. Um, I don't know. But as much as I want to like this knife, I just don't. I don't know. They can't all be winners, right? You can't like everything. But if this is something that if you found this video while trying to decide if you're on the fence about getting one of these, maybe they popped up on the secondary. Um, I think most people would probably like this knife, and I know it's a popular knife because it's sold out everywhere. So again, that's just my opinion on it. But there's nothing again. So we have to take the whole pocket clip thing out of contention here because the one that you're getting isn't going to be modified by Sawtooth Dave, right? So take that into consideration about the pocketability. And I'm going off of what Brandon Thrasher said. So hold his ass accountable. Actually, quick shout out to Brandon Thrasher. I'll save that to the end. But I haven't watched any other reviews on this knife, so maybe that was just a problem that Thrasher had, or maybe that's something that's inherently the issue with the Maxace Babylon. But I would say overall, again, fit and finish is great. I like kind of the blue accents on it. It does have all T8 hardware, which is a plus. Easy to deploy, easy to disengage. No button stick at all, at all. Um, I think I also remember Brandon saying something about the action on this. I watched it not too long ago. I should have gone back and rewatched it again. I think he had something going on with the action that he had to mess with the button lock or something. So I don't know. This one, the action's fine though. It will walk on you, that pivot, so you will have to Loctite that if it's going to be a constant in and out of pocket flicking. And again, as awesome as these acoustics are, they are very loud, and it's going to annoy the shit out of anyone that you are in the same room with. They're going to say, all right, enough with the Maxace Babylon flipping and a flopping and clicking and a clacking. So, there's that. So, this does not get, this is not something that I would spend my money on, but it is something that if this checks your boxes, all your boxes on something that you're looking for, I could recommend it for sure. Again, just remember about that pocket clip there. So that's all. I got to finish up a couple more reviews in the Satu uh, Dave box. I filmed some, and I don't know what the hell happened. All the audio is completely garbage on it, so I have to review a couple, re-review, refilm some stuff. But then this box is getting sent down to the aforementioned Brandon Thrasher, who, by the way, is back at it, and he has a 700 subscriber giveaway going on right now. Shout out to Brandon. It's awesome. Milestone that you reached, brother. I will have his channel. I'll have the video to his, the link to his 700 sub giveaway linked in the description, so you can go check that out. I'll also have Satu Dave linked in the description. I'll link both their channels and their Instagrams. Go check out Satu Dave. I love listening to his rambles. His mind is just, I've talked about it before. He comes from a different point of view than I do, and great insight. And he comes from kind of a machinist's um, point of view on. So he looks things at things a lot different, and it makes me look at things a little bit differently. So I really appreciate Satu Dave. Just an awesome, awesome, awesome dude. I've gotten to know him a little bit over the last couple months, and yeah, great guy. So make sure you go check out Satu Dave for some awesome insight, and then don't forget to go check out Brandon Thrasher and get in on his 700 subscriber giveaway. So, but that's all that Stevie got for you guys and gals today. Appreciate you tuning in, and until the next one, deuces.